Hey there, greetings everybody. I want to welcome you here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're here for the month of June's series that we're running, which is the basically 30 bands that had a member that went on to greater success with another band. And we've done one episode already, so basically what this is about is these bands, had some moderate success. Maybe they made an album, maybe they just had a couple of singles out, maybe they made an EP, or maybe they had a few albums together, or maybe they had several albums together and nothing materialized from it. And one of the members left and went on to join another band which had much greater success than them. So the one I've chosen today, so I said I wouldn't do too many of these, so I'm not going to. I've got two planned, and you'll see why I'm only going to be doing two. So the band we're talking about, King Crimson, was the original band. Of course, this is the album in which Greg Lake left the band. He did do some stuff on this album, but he actually kind of left at the end of In the Court of the Crimson King, but officially didn't really leave the band until this album, which is called, I always forget the title name of this album. So this is In the Wake of Poseidon. Sorry, it came to me as soon as I put my glasses on. In the Wake of Poseidon. So he left this band and he joined this band, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, which is a supergroup. So the reason I decided to do this supergroup is because all three members of this supergroup came from bands very similar to King Crimson. King Crimson probably was the biggest of those three other bands. Carl Palmer also left Atomic Rooster and to join here, and Keith Emerson left The Nice to join here. Now, all three of those bands, The Nice, Atomic Rooster, and King Crimson, all had a moderate of success. They were not giant bands, but probably second-tier bands, I would think. King Crimson, of course, is considered one of the big six, but they didn't have the commercial success that this band had. So Greg Lake went on here to vocal this band, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, which was a huge, huge band. Maybe, and especially in this time period, they might have been the biggest of all prog bands. Maybe not the most notoriety band, progressive band with the most notoriety to it. Maybe Yes has that, or maybe Genesis eventually became the darlings of progressive rock. Even Rush has had some success too, but I don't think any of them initially had this kind of success this super band here had. So for today, I wanted to bring up this one super band. So it's basically Greg Lake went from King Crimson to Emerson, Lake and Palmer. But I'm using that one as kind of a representation for both Carl Palmer and Keith Emerson as well. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you want to talk more about the bands they were with before they came here, the band Greg Lake was with before he came, you can do that. If you want to talk about Emerson, Lake and Palmer, you can do that. If you want to give Keith Emerson or Carl Palmer a little bit more attention, you can do that as well. Please hit the like and subscribe, and we will be back with episode 3 tomorrow. So take care and have a good one, and goodbye.